It's gonna come down to also coming, Sunday and leading his team, his offense, and scoring points. But I really think, I think he'll put it through.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Man, I don't know. I think them old bones are gonna start to creak a little bit. Them young guys from the Bulldogs, man, they might get to him. Yeah. They might get to him. Let's go into the Northern Conference Championship game, which is immediately following that one, about 1:30 or so. Now the Outlaws, 7 All-Stars this year, more than any other team. I mean, do you think that's more of a favoritism, or do you honestly think that they have that many All-Stars on their team?
I really think they do have that many All-Stars on their team. Coming in as a new team, led by Fred Garcia, and Emmanuel as their quarterback. I just really think they're, it's a very good team. Can they stay together? That's going to be the question come Sunday. Keeping their head, Emmanuel being able to, run his plays, and Freddie being able to call and lead their team.
I don't think they've ever had a problem as the Renegades have, as far as staying together as a team. They're a pretty close-knit team, but they come back in so many games this year from behind in the second half that I think they're used to it now.
Yes.
So now if something happens to where they get down, 2 or 3 touchdowns, I think they still know that they're still in it. They still have a chance, and they just need to get on point with things. As we saw last week. They were down 19-6 at halftime and stopped the Horns from scoring the rest of the way. So I mean, they definitely have all-star caliber players, and each and every one of them deserves it. Congrats to them, but they're going to have to step up this game.
Yep. And like I said, just sticking together and not getting that comfortable where they're, where they're like, okay, we're going to do this. Just coming in and playing, doing what you do every week. And like you said, they're used to coming from behind, and that one thing about Fred, and they don't give up. And they keep going and keep going and keep coming. So once again, congratulations to the Outlaws.
Let's go ahead and start talking about the Bucks, because Lord knows not too many people have talked about them this year. They barely got into the playoffs, and toward, I think it was week 7, we predicted that they would get into the playoffs, and they did. But I think they kind of they were under the radar, and you can see that in how many All-Stars that they had this year, which was none. Zero. For a playoff team, I think you have to have at least 1 All-Star on there. But like I said, they kind of flew under the radar this year. You think they were kind of disrespected in that sense?
Not necessarily disrespected. I really honestly think that Carlos should be in the All-Star game. At least him. There's a couple of other players that I think they should be in the All-Star game, but minimum at least Carlos. But it's a Cinderella story. You know what I mean? I honestly like the Bucks. Being 10 years in the league and doing what they've done, I think he deserves one. They're gonna win it. I mean, who knows? Nobody predicted them to be in the playoffs. Or maybe even make it to this fall. To the conference championship. Right. And they're here. It's gonna come down to coming in on Sunday also. And bringing their A game. Carlos putting it together and do what he do.
How surprised were you when they beat the Revolution? The defending champs, Revolution, and they brought it to them. I believe they beat them in the regular season, or they came 1 point.
Yeah, they came close.
They came 1 point from beating them in the regular season, but they got it done on Sunday, man.
I was actually very surprised. But seeing the way they played, and I predicted, I remember telling Frank, they're gonna, Revolution's gonna score. Carlos, if you give the ball to Carlos with a minute left, he's gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Sure enough, came back and made it happen. And I mean, I'm just happy for them. Congratulations, to the Bucks. I'm glad you're still in it. See what you can do this Sunday.
Now let's talk about Lewis and Carlos Garcia. I mean, I've heard before a couple of years ago. I've always heard of them. They were in and out the league for a couple of years at some point, but been in the league 10 years, man. 10 years. That's a long time. That's a whole decade waiting for a championship, and I don't think they've been to a championship yet. I know they haven't won one.
Yeah, they haven't.
But I mean, talk about some of the hard work and dedication that goes into staying in the league that long and finally getting your chance.
Man, it's speechless probably. It's just something that they're probably very happy and And like you said, you know, being in the league for so long, playing your heart out every year, you know, whether you make it or not, still coming back and you know, just doing it because you love it and not being there actually. It has to be something that is, you know, it's a feeling that's probably you can describe.
I gotta agree. I remember going out there earlier in the year before the season had started, talking to some of those guys, and then we came back in studio and, you know, we did the edition of TSFL Live on them, and I was like, man, they do not look good. They definitely do not look good. But they caught that momentum late in the season, and now that train is rolling. Now it's really rolling, and a lot of people are calling them the Cinderella team this year. They're also the sentimental pick. I know they're my sentimental pick. I don't think they're going to win. It's going to be a great game, but I think the Outlaws are going to have too much offense for them to deal with. But as we saw last week, that physicality of the Horns really affected the Outlaws, and I think it's going to, if the Bucks do the same thing and just keep it up throughout the game, they have a real good chance. Who do you think is going to go to the Eberle Cup this year?
I would say Renegades, definitely going to be there, and Outlaws. But like I said, right now it's a Cinderella story with the Bucks, you know. So you know, that's still.
Don't ride the fence. Don't ride the fence. You gotta give me a concrete answer, man. Gotta give me a concrete answer.
It's like I said at the beginning of the season. After the third week, I saw, you know, the Outlaws playing and stuff like that. I said they were gonna be in the you know, the championship. But like I said, they're gonna have to come in, play hard. Manuel lead that team. Freddie, you know, do his calls, you know, on offense, and his defense really stepping up. If not, like I said, you know, Carlos might pull it off, you know, like he did against, you know, Revolution. So, like I said, it's any given Sunday right now. But honestly, you know, I'm gonna stick with what I said at the beginning of the season: Renegades and Outlaws.
Renegades and Outlaws. I got it in the South. I'm gonna have to go with the Kids, man. The Kids against the Vets. I think the Kids are gonna pull it off this time. I think the old bones, the Renegades, are starting to wear them down, and it's late in the season. But and I know they won't. Boy, I know y'all ain't gonna like to hear that y'all old, because y'all love when people talk about y'all. And I always seem to rise up to the occasion, which I know you will, but I think the Kids are going to come out on top. So I have the Bulldogs, and I'm going to put the Outlaws there, man. I've been doubting them. They deserve it. And like I said, both of those games are great games.
Yep. And I just, to me, like I said, I'm going to go with Renegades. And, you know, I think that championship will be so exciting, you know, two separate teams that played actually together when they used to be.
Who was that? I think I know who you're talking about, man.
With the Rough Riders.
There you go.
With the Rough Riders, and you know, so there's a lot of hate there.
Yeah.
And a lot of love. So
if those two teams meet up, man, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Because the Outlaws be fighting for respect and show everybody that, hey, we helped win that championship too. It wasn't just them. But that would be awesome. But we'll see this week. We'll see how everything goes. And I mean, I can't wait. Me personally,
I can't wait either.
I'm
excited.
Speaking of the Eberle Cup, we're not going to have, in the Eberle Cup, we will have wall-to-wall coverage. Game, during the game, post-game, we're going to have it all. We're going to be interviewing fans. We got a lot of stuff planned for the Eberle Cup. So go to the game this week, have fun, stay tuned, and come out. Definitely come out. May 17th? I think so. May 17th. And you don't look out for that, man. But it'll be, the times and dates will be on the website, 6manfootball.net. And once again, Lewis, thank you for being here, man. And we'll see you guys next week.